discussion.
You have been in ITHF for almost 7 years. What do you think has been the greatest success in the federation in these 7 years?
The greatest success is definitely Russia. Russia has shown how to attack table hockey. They are really using a lot of time to find new players. They are making great local tournaments in many different cities in Russia. They are professional. When you meet them, you can see that it's really sportmen. They are playing in their playing shirts. They are not playing in some t-shirts and jeans. And you know, I really like that. They are really professional, and they really look upon table hockey as a sport. That's a big success. To see the development in Russia, both Moscow and St. Petersburg, but also other cities in Russia, it's fantastic. The worst thing is that many of the smaller countries, they are really struggling to find organizers. A lot of countries are having problems just to arrange tournaments. And that's bad, because if we want to have a real sport, it's not enough just to have 1 or 2 or 3 great countries with great development. We must have a lot of countries.
How do you view the future of the table hockey?
It's difficult to say, but I think that the table hockey has a future. But I also think that it will be difficult in some countries to make it bigger than it is now, because in most of the countries it's around 20-30 players, and that's not enough in order to make a worldwide sport with TV channels and big prize money. Perhaps you can have the TV channels and prize money in Russia or in some other countries, but for example in my country, Denmark, it's very difficult to attract the medias, because they are normally just showing football and handball in the television. So it's really also about the culture in the country. And I know in my country we are struggling a lot to get media attention, but after all we have managed to get some visits from the Danish television. So we can be satisfied. But I also know that we have seen a lot of players just in my club, Fremad Eagles. Perhaps in the last 8 years we have seen 500 different players. And many of the biggest talents, they are quitting when they're 17 years old, because then they want to have some beer and look upon some nice girls. That's understandable, but in that way you will never be a great table hockey player. So I think in some countries there's a culture where it's easier to make people understand they have to practice a lot in order to be great players.
Now you're stepping down from the federation. What do you mean that the federation should have as purpose in the next years?
I think the most important purpose is to be there for everyone. It's not enough just to look upon what the 10 best players of the world they want. It's important to listen to them also, but it's also important to always remember that if this shall be a worldwide sport, then we must not forget what the people want in Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, USA, Canada. It's important to be there for everyone. Everyone shall feel ownership to ITHF. If they feel that ITHF is not their federation, then it's ridiculous for them to be a part of it. So we must really try to make connections, talk with each other and travel and play with each other and having fun. Then we can continue to make people organize tournaments in their country, in their cities.
In 2004 there was discussion in Denmark about the bottom of the goals. Now there has been discussion about the tuplaks, the bags in the goals, and there has been discussion about the puck deflector. How is your opinion about these improvements to the games?
It's great. Puck deflector is a tool, and with the new rule 2.5, you don't have to use a puck deflector if you don't like it, but you can use a puck deflector. If I play against you, I want to use it, you don't, then I can say to you, okay, I'll put a puck deflector in your goal. And then I have to offer you the same opportunity. I have the same puck deflector for you. Here it is, Michael. You can use it if you want. You can say, okay, I want to use it. Or you can say, no, I don't want to use it. That's fair. So I think we must open the game for improvements, because people have used some time to find these improvements. Also in Czech Republic, for example, Zbigniew Pilar has made these puck deflectors. No, sorry, he has made the tuplaks, of course. And that's a great improvement. You know, because then you can take the puck out of that tubelug and you can drop it. It's fantastic instead of standing in a bag and you can find the puck and it's really irritating. So why not use the improvements? But I do not want to put more demands on the organizers in the entire table hockey world, because if you say you have to have 200 puck deflectors, you have to have tubelocks and etc., then they say, okay, then we cannot arrange a tournament. It's impossible for us. So I don't want to put a lot of demands on the organizers. But I think the very intelligent thing about puck deflectors is you can buy it yourself. You can order them in USA or Canada. There are several different kinds of them. You can try to test them at home, and then you can buy them and say, okay, I want to use them in the World Tour. And you bring always 2 of them. You can put them in a goal when you travel from your own country and go to a big tournament. And then you can say to your opponent, here it is, do you want to use it? No, I don't. Or, yes, I want. Okay, that's perfect. That's development, in my opinion.
Finally, if you had one wish to make do with in the table hockey, what would you be wishing for?
I wish that table hockey will be developing so that we will keep all the old countries, but we will also see table hockey in a lot of new countries. It could be fantastic to play table hockey in Barcelona or in Paris again, or for example in the Netherlands, Belgium, Serbia, Romania, China, Japan, Australia. That would be fantastic. Imagine to play the Australian Open in table hockey, China Masters. It would be fantastic. If that could be true, then I would be very, very happy, and I would travel to some of these countries, definitely. Also more exotic places like, for example, Dubai or Iran or something like that. It could be fantastic to go there to play an international table hockey tournament and join with other people in order to compete against each other and in order to talk with each other and to learn about each other's cultures. That would be fantastic.
Thank you, Bjarne Axelsen, for this interview.
Thank you.